Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Francine, and thank you so much for deciding to click on this channel, whatever your reasons are for that. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to those of you that have been with me from the beginning for all of the love and support, as well as those that are new. Thank you so much for taking a chance and for checking out my content. I am here for another celebrity tarot reading. And it's going to be one that, as a viewer requested, may be overcooked in the sense that people may already have an understanding or think that there is some understanding with regards to this topic. But we're going to talk about Kim and Kanye. So Kim and Kanye go back. Okay, I know a bit more about the relationship in the sense of their marriage, in the sense of it being so mainstream. I feel like a lot of people have heard a number of things about this relationship. I want to touch base with a number of aspects of what was going on in the past, as well as what's transpired. I want to understand the dynamic between these two individuals, because as parents, they still have to be in their surroundings. They still at least have to make decisions for their children and how they take care of them. They have to be in some way communicative with each other. That doesn't mean they have to be in a relationship, as we know, but there's a need for there to be some clarity. And I really, really love this recommendation, because sometimes we can easily just assume that we understand something, but there may be nuances that you are not aware of that are needed to help you build a broader, or a deeper, I should say, rather than broader understanding, a deeper understanding of the situation at hand. So I was getting a number of channeled messages for them. The energy is stronger surrounding them. I don't know if that's just because of the severity of this message. For some reason, feels stronger. Okay, so I'm just going to see what's going on with that. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I was hearing a number of channeled messages that I'm going to share with you guys, including what we're going to talk about specifically with regards to these two. But I was hearing united team, united front. I was hearing bound. I was hearing untold story, and I was hearing untold tales. So there's some untold information, untold. I'm hearing keys that are going to be addressed in this reading. Bottom of the deck was the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I don't know why I'm hearing 4chan. That's like some old site online that went away. For some reason that's coming up. People used to post like a number of weird stuff on there, is what I know. But the Wheel of Fortune is here, karmic destiny. The Six of Cups is about fated contracts. It's about soul ties, soulmate relationships, nostalgia. And then we have untold stories, because this looks like the same energy I was getting with the Four of Pentacles. It's about not saying or sharing certain information, insight that you have, being wise, being protective, being possessive of something. Okay, we're going to see what's being possessive, or who is being possessive in this situation. But let's see what came out. We had the Ten of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and Strength. Okay, so it feels like they're talking a lot about Kim here. The Ten of Swords is usually about a very difficult ending, very painful, very torturous relationship, or torturous ending to a relationship rather. When I see the Queen of Cups, that talks about motherhood, that talks about the feminine energy being expressed, generosity, love, deep emotional feelings. And then we have Strength. It's about determination, strength, fortitude, self-control. So there's this energy of her going through this, I'm hearing saga in her life, of going through a really tough ending with regards to her connection with him, which is a divine, it comes through as a very strong connection. When you see the Two of Cups, guys, and you see like, usually if I see the Two of Cups, Six of Cups, the Lovers, those cards, or the Four of Wands, it's usually a very strong dynamic, or it's about some contract. They had a contract together, as we know, in their marriage, but there was a soul contract here. We also have these two. So yeah, it's mostly about Kim coming through right now. But I haven't even started, so let's begin. Okay, let's look at prior to their divorce. Okay, let's look at some information from the past. I'll put likely put timestamps for this one. Okay, let's look back. So let's look at the aura surrounding their situation before things started turning south or things started shifting into divorce. Let's just see what the energy was prior to that. What was the aura surrounding this current relationship? Wow, Three of Swords. He had this in his reading for his energy towards Bianca Sensori. When he thinks about the past, he goes to the Three of Swords energy, and we're already getting the aura surrounding them as the Three of Swords. So that's interesting that the same exact card would come out. We have the Four of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Devil. It sounds like something soured, because when you see the Four of Swords, it's about taking time away from someone, taking time away from a situation. We have the Page of Cups, a lot of love. This is like a inner child type of love, a doting energy, but it was marred, and I'm hearing marred by the Devil energy of some restriction, of some bondage. And we had the word bound come out. I'm already getting like, not overwhelmed, but I'm getting like just a sense of like weight to this energy. All right, let's go back to the page we were on, because that's important for this reading. It's like they're turning a new page. I keep feeling like this is all like metaphorical. Something shifted. They had to turn a new page and start writing their story on another page. Okay, so Three of Cups or Three of Swords is here. Why did I say the Three of Cups? We'll see. What is the... wow, I keep feeling like there's this confusion between them, because I'm feeling like just an energy of just confusion. What are the areas that needed more attention between them? The energy, what needed more attention was the Nine of Cups. They needed to pay more attention to their gratitude, pay more attention to their joy, pay more attention to their satisfaction emotionally. They weren't paying attention to it enough. I'm feeling this card, Seven of Swords. Wow. So something was stealing their joy. Literally, quite literally, something was stealing their joy. They didn't feel quite the same emotionally. They were feeling really unhappy and unsatisfied. They needed to pay more attention to keeping their joy and continuing with their joy. The Page of Swords is here. Cutting ties, or cutting some ties in order for them to feel weightless, or in order for them to feel happy. There was some swords involved. Swords is usually about mental agility. It's about your thought life. They need to be more young with regards to how they mentally felt about this, or mentally, does that make sense? Mentally went through this situation. There was not a lot of agility. It was like they were settled into some really deep conflict with their mind. Their mind was not at ease. They need to cut through that, cut through the lies or whatever this is coming through. We have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands, and then they needed to move forward. They need to pay attention to taking action and following through on something before they wow, I was about to say before they passed away. It almost feels like they're dead to each other, or the energy is like there's like a really strong like cut. There was something severed, more than just the relationship. It was more like, yeah, the opportunity to move out of this was so strong that they took it. Okay, what we had earlier with the Nine of Cups being what they needed more attention to was that they needed to be more balanced. They needed to actually have the emotional part of the relationship follow through with their mental state. Something was stealing their joy. What are their areas for growth together prior to them leaving each other? We had the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the dark, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Areas for growth together. We're working as a unit, working as a united front. This feels like the messages I got earlier. They needed to work on being a united front together, and on operating together, and on dominating together, whatever it was that they wanted to build together, apart from this family. Temperance was here, or needed. Temperance was needed along with the Knight of Swords and the Justice card. Balance. Balance. Also in communication, balance in how they communicated with other people. Just balance between them. They need to be a united front. And I'm feeling like they were a five of wands here. They were conflicting. They had conflicting views, conflicting energies. I'm getting the King and Queen of Wands coming through. So that's like two people that are very independent, very strong-willed. I'm feeling like they had a lot of, they butt heads a lot. They had to continue to recalibrate and say, okay, we're going to be balanced. Let's start over on something. Let's start over with this. Let's emotionally like clear this slate and start over. And I feel like the sadness was weighing on them, of them not really coming to a long-term agreement. And it also feels like it's about money. What I'm getting here with the Six of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords is that they kept going back to I'm hearing like fights, petty fights, or petty gossip surrounding each of them. And there was like a wall up from this King of Pentacles, this like bounty that could have been theirs. It was like they kept moving back into the Five of Swords, fighting. Two of Swords, not making a decision, not allowing themselves to be united. They were very severed with regards to their mental state more than anything. And that was what ended up taking away or affecting their happiness, their joy, their fulfillment. The Tower moment came after the Five of Cups, after something was lost. Wow, okay. What should they have paid closer attention to in regards to this marriage, this relationship? What else should they have paid closer attention to? Areas for growth were to grow together and not to always have such a divided foundation, because it feels like they had conflicting ideals. Wow, they should have paid closer attention to the Devil. The Magician is here along with the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords. They needed to pay attention to also like relationships, like other people that were in the mix, because I'm getting like a matriarch energy. The Queen of Pentacles here. Three of Cups is about like revelry, playful, you know, joy, celebration basically. And there was someone in the mix, some Queen of Pentacles. This could have been another person that was interested in Kanye, or this could have been like a matriarch. So we're getting that they should have paid closer attention to the Devil here. Restriction, bondage, bondage to something, someone, something was holding them back. And to clarify that, we had the Magician, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords, defending themselves and standing up against some truth. They needed to actually manifest the strength to the will to fight that devil. Why is the Devil here? And I saw success quickly go in. So it's like being successful. The Devil, their weakness was being successful. They wanted to be very successful. Money was a part of why this didn't work. Differing ideals was also a part of why this didn't work. Emotional gratification was found in work and in business and in money. And that's what caught them. It's like it got them caught off guard. It got them confused. It got them very confrontational with one another. They take their money really seriously. Yeah, the High Priestess. Very strong energies. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. The two of them were very strong energies together. Very independent, very business oriented here. What was, okay, so let's see what happened towards the end here. As to why they got divorced, why did that happen? Why did the divorce happen? Wow, we had the Six of Swords, the Hermit, and the Two of Pentacles. Whoa, Two of Swords. So we have moving on to, they found that moving on to calmer waters, in order for them to resolve this issue they were having, this dynamic, they were moving on to calmer waters. What's interesting is that this picture depicts a man and his family. So it's like they had to take their whole family ashore into calmer waters and into spiritual insight, or it was like taking the higher route or the bigger route in terms of maturity, being mature, being focused on what was best for their personal growth, for their expansion, and what would bring more balance to them. The Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords was like they were juggling mentally on what to do, and emotionally by the end of the relationship they were feeling like their money was at stake and also their mental state was at stake. And in order for them to have peace, they needed to move into the hermit, into isolation, protecting themselves from each other or from something else, in order to protect the money that they had, the resources that they had here. 10 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. It was for their benefit, for their family to stay together in some form. Now, you would think usually with marriage, right, with divorce, it would be breaking up a family, but it's more so they wanted to be and remain partners and friends, and that was the best course of action. That was karmic destiny. 10 on each side, completion. They were really focused on keeping themselves together, and I'm seeing Ray. I don't know why. Spirit, let's just get their attributes before we move into the juicy stuff here. Okay, so this is how their relationship ended, and we know that it ended, so now we have a little bit of an understanding of why it ended. Their mental and emotional state was not up to par. It was not able to deal with this. What was Kim's light attribute within the relationship between these two? What was Kim's light attribute, Spirit? Wow, she was the Hermit. What was Kanye's attribute within the relationship? Wow, Trickster and Hedonist. What was Kim's karmic attribute within the relationship? What was Kanye's karmic? Oh wait, I feel like there's more. What was Kim's karmic attribute within the relationship, Spirit? Whoa. I don't think those are that. These three. What was Kanye's? Is there anything else, Spirit? Why do I feel like all of those are his? Wait a minute. We're gonna see if those come back. Kanye. What are the karmic attributes that Kanye had within the relationship? What were his karmic attributes, Spirit? Whoa. All right. A lot of energy in the room, guys. My gosh. What is the karmic attribute with regards to Kanye? Okay. All right. Whoa. All right, so they had their own sense of spirituality with the monk nun being here. This connection was more than just physical. This was a spiritual connection. They had something that lingered, or some interest, or some recognition towards each other of the impact they would have in their relationship, like spiritually speaking. This was more than just a physical relationship or just love. There was like a soul growth between the two of these people. Kim had Hermit, seeks solitude to focus intently on her inner life, serves personal creativity. She's more of like she's not as outgoing as people think, in the sense of that she can get out of that energy, get out of this hermit mode and do things and be engaging with people, but she prefers to be in the solitude of her own home. She likes close friends, close people in her corner. She likes to have more of an inner life. She has a lot going on in her inner world. She is more so creative and more it feels like she talks more about her inner world with the people that are closest to her. She doesn't do that with everyone. She gives you guys and projects an image of who she is, but she has more going on inside. All right, I want to really emphasize that, because we do not realize sometimes how people are in person until we meet them, and even then they're outside and they're masking. Sometimes there's something about that coming through. We also have Kanye's light attribute as transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. He likes to throw you for a loop. He likes to kind of play around with the system, play around with anything. Hierarchy, he likes to play around, and he's very unpredictable. He does not like to stick to conventional things. I didn't see the Hierophant come through at all for him, or for either of them for that matter. Unconventional, his energy is very unconventional. We also have Hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. He likes to look at beauty. He loves beautiful things. One of these is a Libra and Venus, because I'm feeling the energy of like just loving beauty, loving the aesthetics, loving creativity, the creative energy he has. He embraces that. He loves that. He loves like basically allowing himself to enjoy his palate, enjoy sex, enjoy other things that strike him as creative. You know, your sexuality is a part of your creativity, your art, everything. He really looks for a muse when he falls in love, is what I'm getting. Between the two of them, he enjoyed that about Kim. Kim, on the other hand, was more so, I feel like, a very important part of his spiritual journey. You see that? What's interesting is she's the hermit, and we have them moving towards calmer waters to the hermit. So it's like, I don't know, this was helpful for both of them. They needed this in order to, they separated in order to heal, or in order to address something, in order to recalibrate. Okay, we have for her karmic attributes, we have pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So she kind of was a pessimist towards the end of the relationship. She kind of expected things to happen. She expected there to be more to this relationship, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like she was wanting more power. There was like a dynamic where she wanted more and expected more, and was kind of like the Four of Cups energy. When you look at this, the Four of Cups comes to mind. You're not really looking and open to or receptive to what's coming to you. You're just focusing on the past. We also have your Thief, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. She wanted so much. Wow. She was really demanding more in this relationship. She expected more. She wanted more money, wanted more power, wanted more of a lot of things. We also have hero, heroine, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. Yeah, she kind of would escape into the recesses of her mind, and towards the end of this relationship, she was really like emotionally like leaving, isolating from Kanye. The energy between them was, with regards to her karmic energy, was that she's always asking of him, I want more, I want more, I want more, I expect more. And she was escaping into herself when she felt like she needed to withdraw. She would withdraw from people, withdraw from him in this dynamic. She also saw herself as a hero in the situation between them, that she was good, that she was a good person, that she has the best intentions, and that she just doesn't see things happening or going the way that she wants them to. With Kanye, he has relying on luck rather than hard work. So we already know, does his own thing. It's more so like, I believe they're both hard workers. I would say relying on luck was a big thing that she didn't like. She wanted to be more strategic with regards to their relationship, with regards to how they make their money. And he was not interested. He was more so focused on luck or his intuitive nudges rather than on solid data. And I think that really pissed her off. We have healer, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. He wasn't caring for himself enough. There was this energy of him trying to heal everyone, or trying to put on a lot on his plate in order to help other people. And that was affecting the relationship as well. Lastly, we have God as Kanye's karmic archetype. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. He wanted all the power, and the weird thing is that she wanted all of the power in the relationship too. It was like, he's God, but she feels like a thief here. She was wanting more than that. And I feel like he was coming from a really karmic area or part of himself where he was using it to control people, and she wanted it to be collective. She wanted to be a part of that. She felt like he was trying to take more control or power than her. She wanted them to have it together. The healer energy is interesting because that tells me that he has the capability of serving others by helping people heal, but he was operating more in trying to take from people. You don't want to be a healer that's taking from people. You want to actually like impart things to people without expectation. I feel like he wasn't caring for himself, and he was trying to do so much to make himself feel better. He found control in healing and helping people heal. Yeah, interesting. Let's ask the questions next with regards to the energies now. Let's see here. Okay, let's see and ask, as of today, September 23rd, 2023, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, does Kim wish to be back with Kanye? Would she want to be back with him? This will be the answer. Does Kanye want to be back with Kim? It's a lot of cards. Okay. And is he waiting for people, specific people, to leave his life? Is he waiting for something outside of these two to change the tides? Does he still hold hope, basically, to reunite with her? Does he still hold hope for reuniting with her? And then we have, was there an agreement behind the scenes? Like, was there an agreement between them? Okay. Okay. And was their marriage broken up due to like political reasons, outside nefarious agendas, or political parties in play? Was their marriage broken up due to these political parties and such? Can I have clarity on that, Spirit? Was their marriage broken up due to outside sources, nefarious agendas? All right, so let's see what's going on. We have the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and Temperance. They're more in control than you might expect of their lives, of what they've decided. They took a stronger, I'm hearing so many things. They took a stronger stance on making sure that their family was happy no matter what, and that they were in balance. So at the end of the day, they were very much in control of what they decided to do, because it was for the benefit of their family. Now let's get into all of this. Does Kim wish to be back with Kanye, Spirit? We have the Three of Wands. Okay. Three of Wands energy is usually about moving forward, of looking ahead of yourself into the future. You've already done the planning with the Two of Wands, right? Of trying to plan and executing, like thinking of how you want to execute something. She's planning on moving forward. So I am getting, yes, that she expects to be back with him. Can you please clarify the Three of Wands? Please clarify the Three of Wands to your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, in regards to Kim wishing to be back with Kanye. The Sun, the Page of Cups, guys, and the Ten of Cups. Guys, that's a strong yes. Seven of Pentacles is usually about having some longevity. She's willing to start and pursue, and look at that. She's willing to start and pursue friendship with him, pursue like a plan in regards to like them just initiating conversation, initiating like meeting up with each other. She has a lot invested in him. Despite what you're seeing, there's something about him investing something else. There being more to the story. There's more to the story between them. So let's see, does he wish to be back with Kim? We have the Knight of Swords, the Fool, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. So we have the energy of he would like to at least speak with her, start over, because the Fool is about starting over. That's about a new beginning and taking a leap of faith. The Six of Cups is what I said earlier about like soulmate energy, about looking back on the past. He's very nostalgic about her, guys. He would pursue another chance to start over because he has this feeling towards her of like being like a benefactor, or being of someone that would be like a partner, co-creator. They physically did create a child, right? But there's this energy of them. There's more that he wants to do for her. He has a lot of feelings towards her, but there's also like a lot of riches. Like he sees her as someone like a queen to him. Six of Cups is about him looking back a lot. He looks back a lot with regards to her. So the next thing we have here is he waiting for people to leave his life? Situations, circumstances to change? Is he hopeful for what will come? We got that he was nostalgic. So let's see here. We have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Nine Nine of Wands. What's interesting is the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. That's typically about moving really slowly, or of not being as steady or as patient. Usually the Knight of Pentacles is a very faithful person. Usually when it's in reverse, it can mean that this person is not stable. They're kind of moving quickly and erratically through a situation. So I would say that he is very impatient about the situation, and he is holding out hope, yes. Because the Nine of Wands is usually about being resilient and standing up and saying, yeah, I want to keep going. I'm going to keep going until I get to the Ten of Wands, until it becomes too much. When we look at, was there an agreement behind the scenes between these two in regards to them separating amicably, and it not being about them wanting to, but rather about some other force at hand? Let's look into that. Was there an agreement behind the scenes between them? We have the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles, guys. I wasn't expecting anything from this. So I'm just kind of shocked that the Tower is here. That's usually about major upheaval. That's about unexpected change. Like they had to make a decision for their family. They had to make an unexpected call. The Tower fell. This was a huge dramatic change within their trajectory, and it was in regards to their family. Whoa. So there was an agreement behind the scenes, but I want to clarify. Why is the Tower here, Spirit? Why is the Tower here? The Ten of Wands is here. Something was too hard to keep up, so the Tower had to fall, and they weren't expecting it. The Four of Cups is here. That's not usually when divorces and other things happen, typically there's this energy of it's been happening for some time and we're tired of it, or it's happened and now we're making the decision. It's about there being this weightiness to the decision made, or this Tower falling, but it catching them by surprise. Six of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Is there anything else? And the Empress. Oh man. An Emperor at the bottom of the deck here. So there was something unexpected about this. In order for them to be successful, they had to lessen the burden, and that came as a surprise to someone in this relationship. We had the Queen of Swords knowing. I feel like Kim knew, because she was the one that was able to determine this and make this happen. I feel like the Page of Pentacles was her energy towards Kanye, about her wanting to pursue something like a friendship of some sort. So it's like her deciding to focus on her abundance, focus on their relationship being at least a friendly relationship, but there is something about it being a burden. The relationship became a burden, and in order for her to be successful, she had to give up some wands. What's interesting is 10 minus 6 between these two is 4. So the Four of Wands is here. Four of Wands is the marriage card. So there was like a lot of wands involved, a lot of action, a lot of focus on what would help them as a business, like them individually. And it was like dealing with him in the relationship was a lot of work. And she decided, I want to be successful, and I'm going to lessen the 4. I'm going to leave this marriage, this relationship. So I'm going to say there was an agreement behind the scenes, and this might have been an agreement that she had decided upon before he even got a say. It was like she already made that decision that it was affecting her relationship with others or affecting her career. Was their marriage broken up due to political parties or nefarious agendas, though? We have the Two of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Nine of Swords. So what I'm getting is that they saw this from afar. What that means is that usually the Two of Wands is about making plans. They made plans. What's interesting is that the Three of Wands was what she was feeling in regards to whether she would want to be back with him. So this was about her like making plans, making moves, planning her next steps with regards to this relationship. Specifically Kim, Judgment is like a reckoning. It's about like making it's like when you think of law, coming to a decision and a close. This is the end of the relationship, and they made a call, but it caused them a lot of worry and a lot of turmoil inside. It's kept them up at night. So can you please clarify if their marriage was broken up due to political parties or nefarious agendas? Wow, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. Okay. Four of Swords. Wow. Four of Wands. Ace of Cups. Three of Cups. Okay, so to clarify, if this was broken up due to political affairs, we have fours. So that's about stability. They broke through stability in their lives. The Four of Swords is about giving something rest or taking time away. And this is Four of Wands, marriage. This is the Four of Wands I was talking about earlier. So they took a rest from their marriage, and we have the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. It feels as though energetically and intuitively with this Ace of Cups, they took their cup and they split it in three. They shared their cup by splitting it amongst themselves, amongst others. Page of Wands. Page of Wands, Eight of Wands, Knight of Cups. Why do I feel like there's a story here with these cards? Justice. Whoa. So I'm getting that justice was served through the ending of this relationship with the Knight of Cups to the death. That looks like the person turning into the skeleton, if you guys can see that. The Star and the Moon, it's about like coming into healing, coming into a recognition of something in the dark, in obscurity, in quiet, in secret, but it balancing the scales. This is turning into a lot more than I anticipated. I didn't have much of an anticipation for anything, but it seems as though there was communication that was initiated. It moved into the ending of a relationship here very quickly. They made a decision together. Kim was initiating it because she wanted to focus on her success, but I'm getting that they ended their relationship in order to please other people. And this is not just like pleasing their children, you know, like when you're leaving a situation for the benefit of your kids, it feels like they actually left the situation because of other benefactors, people that were in their soul tribe or people that they knew. Whoa. So we're going to look into that a little bit more. There's a lot going on in this reading. I protect myself because I'm not going to play that. So anything that is given to me is returned to sender tenfold. So whatever comes through, whatever happens after this, I know I'm good, but there's something more to this story, okay? Ancestors, specifically my ancestors, please help me understand more of this energy, this dynamic between these two. There's secrets that are needing to be shared here. Secrets that are affecting other people, guys. Okay. Okay, here, the Moon. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What messages do you have to close in regards to this dynamic here? I heard enough is enough. Someone had enough, but this was more like they couldn't take the pressure. I'm hearing the pressure. The pressure was too much with regards to their family, and they had to act on it. Who is involved, Spirit, with this situation? Let's look at who is involved. Who is involved with the dissolution of this marriage? What are the archetypes? We have femme fatale coming through. We have exorcist. We have child orphan, scribe, mystic, servant, and poet. Okay. A rebel energy, someone who challenges authority to affect social change. So this is someone who is a risk taker. The person involved with the dissolution of this relationship or helping to bring it to a close is someone who is very like sensual. They're very feminine in their energy. They tend to get people wrapped up in them. someone who is also freeing themselves and others of destructive impulses. This is a free thinker here. We have also someone who has gone through a really difficult childhood, conquered the fear of surviving. So this is someone who has a very strong will, someone who's likely spiritual as well, someone who is really good at preserving knowledge and information. So someone who is able to rack up offenses, someone who has an intimate union with the divine. Interesting. And delights in serving others with a free and loving heart, as well as someone who expresses soul insights in symbolic language. I'm already getting a person, so I'm just going to ask Spirit before I say it. Two of Pentacles. So I was thinking of someone in the music industry here, but it's not that person, not quite. They know Kanye, but it's not that person. That person would be unaware of this. Okay. Who is this person, Spirit, that you would like to bring up? Oh my gosh, okay. Alright. We have a lot of energy in the room. Who is this person, Spirit? Can you give me any insight into who they are? The Empress, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, or Seven of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So this is a woman, a female. We already got that with the femme fatale energy. This is someone who is very communicative with them. This is a matriarch who has an offer, who had an offer for them. Wow. Matriarch, very clear and direct. Who has also like a number, who also feels like a very like rich person. Seven of Cups is usually about having many options and partnering with them in some capacity. This person decided to work with them. And I feel like it was specifically with Kim. Yeah, look at that, guys. Clarifying the Empresses, the Emperor, the King of Swords, and the Four of Cups. This is someone who leads a very masculine energy. It's a woman, but a very masculine energy within her, as we all have, but she has it very strong, very honest, very upfront, more so honest in the sense that she speaks what she wants to say. She's very clear, very direct, and she had something to say about this relationship. Is this Chris, Spirit? Is Chris involved with the dissolution of this relationship? Is Chris involved with the dissolution of this relationship? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. Moving on to calmer waters. Wow, she wanted Kim to move on to calmer waters, and this was the best way to do it. So Chris is involved with this. She gave her an offer and said, hey, you've been through a lot. You're going through a really tough time. I have a way that'll soothe this. And it gave Kim a lot of like stress and anxiety about it, but it was going to be beneficial to her going forward. So yeah, so Chris is the femme fatale. She's the one that tends to free people from really difficult spots and situations. I'm just going to say it. She's helped a number of people, and she has things on people because she's a very like, she's a very down-to-earth, very fun person. I feel like she has a very young spirit about her. She does preserve information. She does not forget offenses, guys. She remembers so much about people, and she's able to bring it up again if she needs to. She is a scribe. She is a poet. She knows how to say what she needs to say and say in a way that makes you feel better. Child orphan is here, which is about someone who conquers the fear of surviving. She does not like to just survive. She likes to thrive. So Chris is behind this. Is there anyone else, Spirit? Is there anyone else? Death. We also have the Four of Wands. It's a dead end. They're trying to tell me that it's a dead end to talk more about this because it's going to end up... why do I keep seeing the Three of Swords, but it never comes out? So there's heartbreak behind the numbers or the people behind this. It's an opportunity for them. Opportunists are involved. I feel like Chris is just she has a number of people that are opportunists, or people around her that take opportunities that she gives them, or takes opportunities in order to collaborate, to work with her. And it's all for a better day, a better future for herself and her family. That's what she cares about the most here. Okay, a new cycle. This is also about the world at large. Like, she kind of has like an involvement with a number of people throughout the world. Connections are her thing. She is quite the networker. Okay. Spirit, what other messages would you like to say about this with regards to what's behind this? We have a stubborn, aggressive person. Is she an Aries? If not, it's still applicable. Hidden secrets can harm you. A specific month that's important is August. Something big and pivotal happened in August. This could have been the year that they left each other. And yeah, look at that marriage. Wow. I don't know why I'm hearing Angus Cloud. That's really random, but I'm getting that. Someone new is entering your life, spiritual love, and a long journey, either physical or mental, that will leave you wiser in the end. Work, achievement, success. So she was willing to have someone else open up, or to have a chair filled with someone else while they were divorced. It feels like she wanted to move on quickly, or she wanted her daughter to move on quickly. Chris, specifically. Fear, worries, tense situations, great worry over nothing. Use your intuition to make a beneficial change. So she wanted to do what her heart was saying, Chris, in opening up an opportunity for Kim to move forward with someone else. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. They have a very deep relationship with each other. She is her mom, but she is her friend too. Great happiness. Okay. A wish is granted. So she had a wish granted too. Interesting. We have the most difficult part of a situation is over. She was trying to help her move through a difficult situation. Time to act. A distant friend is thinking of you. She wanted to start over with somebody else. Chris really wanted her to move on. And financial gain is here, usually coming from something you did in the past. So she already made a lot of money from the relationship and the dynamic between them, between her and Kanye. And there was like a need for them to move forward financially. What is going on with this family? Is there anything else you'd like to say, Spirit? I feel like I should use this deck here. Is there anything you'd like to say, Spirit? Wow, the crumbling. The Tower moment came. What are you clinging on to? They couldn't cling on anymore. She couldn't stay where she was anymore. And Lemuria is coming. Creating heaven on earth. Her mom has a plan to create heaven on earth, or to create some dynamic where she's in power. She's looking at a global scale, guys. She's not just looking at like just the simplicity of like getting her daughters to date like actors and musicians and such. She has like a really big plan to control, or to have some involvement with all aspects of the media, like regards to like acting, regards to music, regards to sports, regards to so many things. It's like they're trying to create something bigger here with the relation in the family, some dynamic here. They have such a like expansive perspective. They want to do so much. Don't dim to fit in. They want to stand out, as we already know, right? They want to stand out. And we have Imrama. They're being called to journey to places. They definitely do some work in the dream state. They definitely do some work with witchcraft. Like they really are warrior women. Very strong energies coming through. They do work with something, like, I don't know if they have someone in the family that's like psychic or focused on that, but they're releasing a lot of contracts. And look at that, guys, unbound. I got bound for these two. There was a contract between her and Kanye, and I feel like at the end of the day, Kim was protected. She was the focus. They wanted to make sure that this agreement did what it was intended to do, but I still feel like they liked each other and loved each other in the midst of this agreement that was made. So they ended up falling for each other, loving each other, having a deeper connection than they might have expected in the beginning. And also this ended up being a lot more for them. I feel like emotionally they got tied up in some karmic energies within the relationship as well, and that there were outside forces that were at play as well that were affecting them. So that is what I have for you all today. This was a longer reading. I hope this helps you. I hope this brings some clarity and some information to light. If there's more demand for this, I will go deeper, but I don't want to go too long into this reading. And I do want to just say that I have exclusive content and personal readings if you're interested in booking with me. I definitely would love to touch base with your situation and provide in-depth readings for you. So with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day and you take care. Bye.